probably 10 years ago, if you were like a competitive bodybuilder, you'd have to travel a good few miles till you find the next one. And that was the appeal, and it was like, I encouraged people chasing something that was not uniform, because I think it's great. And that's why, like, even now, like, you'll notice even the things I do in my spare time, I watch people that stream on like Twitch, because although it is getting popular, it's still not massively popular, and I really have a massive amount of respect for anyone that makes something from nothing and goes down a path that isn't really one that's kind of laid out for you. And that was what bodybuilding was 10 years ago. It was like there was no fucking promise of anything coming out of it. Honestly, like, there was no chance. You didn't. Sponsors were not even in your brain. It was truly just like, you're going to bodybuild because you want to create something that everyone else in the world is going to be like, wow, he's a different guy. And I'm so deep in now that I'd be a fool to walk out because I've got benefits, and it's worked out for me. But I also understand that if you walk into it now, there's an expectancy that it is going to work out, because of people like me who have managed to make something out of it. But the truth of it is, a lot of people spend 20, 30 years competitively bodybuilding, and they never quite get that, say, pro card, and they're quite unhappy now.
Because they haven't achieved that level.
Yeah, and in the meantime, everything else was on hold, because, you know, you've got to focus, and if you want to be great at anything, it takes all your eggs. But when all your eggs don't work, what do you do? Like, I say it now, I'm a fortunate person that somehow, some way, the planets aligned and it worked. And that's why I don't overly encourage it, because it's not because I'm like not someone that thinks people shouldn't believe in themselves. It's just, if you look at how many people I've seen try, and this goes 20 years before I was even, like, these are people who are doing it 20 years longer than me. Like, they're still not sure where they are in their world. And I would hate to see anyone, I'd hate to see anyone else in that position, I suppose. And that's just my honest opinion. Like, don't get me wrong, for those that will make it, obviously they're going to have to go into this, and they're going to have to absolutely have faith, and no matter what anybody tells them, they have to be like, fuck you, I believe. Because I was like that. I got told so many times I couldn't, it's not, what's the point? Even my old gym owner, I won the British one year, the next year I lost it. He was like, maybe you should call it a day, Jay, kind of thing. And I was like, fuck that. So take this message for what you will. Maybe all the things I'm saying are the encouraging step that you need in order to push harder and make it happen. Or maybe it's a reality check of the other. I'm not saying don't train. Train, man, smash it, fucking enjoy it and love it, and you can have a sick physique. But don't feel pressured because of social or anything like that to be some elite bodybuilder. Because now, to be honest, you can go and train in a gym, film some good videos, put out some good content, and you're going to be just as respected. So, you know, the whole die-hard bodybuilder thing, it's kind of not here anymore. There's a few of us left, but I wouldn't say that's the way you have to live, because it can cause you to not do some of the things that you possibly could have done that would have been fantastic. I took a year off like a few years ago, 2015, and I climbed Kilimanjaro, and it was like the best thing I've ever done. So, like, I know some of the other things you can do, and yeah, like, I managed to squeeze it in, but like, that cost me actually, because I did it and I went back to compete and I didn't even place. So for all of your investment in bodybuilding, it can go quickly. Like, you could spend 10 years trying to get good at this. You have a bad year, you can be at the bottom of the pack again. So you got to ask yourself, how willing are you to then put that other 10 years of graft back in to get back to that 1 year again? Like, it's crazy. And again, everything I share, guys, is all from experience, and you take with it what you will, and you kind of get your own kind of mindset and your own approach from everything that's been said. Because I'm not going to be the only guy that you listen to. There's going to be hundreds of us. But honesty is always the best policy. Yeah, so it's an interesting one. But then again, I would regret if I didn't, because now I felt that. Now I felt what it's like to be on top of literally the highest peak in Africa and to see the planet below. Mate, honestly, like, if I was on my like deathbed in the next God knows how long, one thing that would probably keep flashing before my eyes in my memories of what was great would be being up there with friends. You know, maybe more so than some of my shows. More so than my shows, to be fair. More so than the wins. I bodybuild because I've come so far in it, and that it's a sensible thing to do, and I like to train. But I don't bodybuild because I feel like I have to. And that's what I suppose I'm trying to get across. Yeah, like, you got to just enjoy it and want to do it. Like, don't feel, it's the pressure thing. Don't feel pressured to have a physique, because in today's kind of climate, it's a cool thing to have. Because trust me, I look at these gamers on Twitch and I wish I was good as them at gaming. I'm more into that. I'm like, fucking hell, I'll trade it in.
That's serious.
Mate, honestly, but I know like to get good at that, it's going to take 10 years, so I ain't got that time. I'm like, shit, I can't do that.